Hello and welcome back to Bannerlord Modded. We have a decision to make on the declaration of war against the Aserai. Now personally, I don't really like this decision and I would love to be able to say no. But as you can quite clearly tell, that is not going to work because there's a lot of support here from a variety of vassals that we have so far and they are wanting to do this. The Aserai will devour all of Calradia if we do not stop them, says Darim. Now, obviously, here's the thing. I don't see how he believes that this is the case because they only have 9 towns, which is, well, merely 4 more than we have, and they have just over double the amount of castles. That doesn't necessarily kind of convey that message to me, but okay. I mean, maybe it's just some flowery language to sort of embellish the war declaration itself, but I guess I'm just going to say yes. Alright, so yeah, we're also now, unfortunately, joined in action against the Southern Empire. So we now have to fight against the Southern Empire and the Aserai at the same time. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to tell my war strategy people, I guess. I mean, I surely, or should we say, Barney surely has some kind of security advisor, strategic advisor somewhere, and he's going to, well, hopefully speak with that person and then, you know, have everything work out rather well. Now, I'm not entirely sure why we even declared war against the Aserai. As I said before, I was only going to start recording when a war declaration came through. Basically, what I've been doing is looking through the policies, seeing what I can do to try and increase my party size. I've done that successfully. So you can see here, I now have 374 space because I implemented the noble retinues, and I also what was the other one again? I can have a look actually. Royal Guard. There you go. Royal Guard, that's the thing that I was talking about. So rulers' party sizes increased by 60 and non-ruling clans lose 0.2 influence per day. In my opinion, that is more than worth it. And we are now going to be making our way over here to Thractorai Castle. Oh, look at this. The Khuzait are proposing a non-aggression pact. Okay, that's kind of intriguing. Sure, fine, let's do that. Why not? And let's go over to Thractorai Castle now, and we are literally just going to go and take that, hopefully without too many difficult... What? They only have 85. Well, yes, I would wholeheartedly assume that this is going to be relatively simple. Alright, just going to build siege. And we're going to go straight in. I'm not even going to bother bombarding them with any kind of ranged attack because I don't want the walls to be destroyed. Because if we do end up having some kind of retaliation against us, then I would very much like to have those walls intact because otherwise, well... But yeah, things are going to happen. Bad things are going to happen, and it's going to be kind of annoying and difficult to defend against a rather large force if that does indeed happen. But yes, anyway, I'm going to get off my mount in just a second. And, oh yeah, by the way, I'm not necessarily going to be using this horse all the time. The only reason why I ended up speccing into riding in the first place was literally just to gain a little bit of skill in it, just in case, you know, because being a little bit more mobile is always good, and having the option to ride or not is always good to have, you know, and it is definitely going to provide a little bit more adaptability in certain situations for us, which is exactly what I'm looking for. So that's the main reason. So no, not to worry, you know, not to worry. I'm not always going to be riding the horse, and I'm not always going to be on foot. It's kind of going to be a little bit dependent on a variety of factors, as you might expect, you know, because let's face it, if we're up against the Khuzait, which obviously we're not going to be anytime soon, because they have declared a non-aggression pact with us now, but let's just say that we're against the Khuzait, they have mostly cavalry-based units, it's going to be kind of frustrating to try and fight them while we are on foot. But that's the cool thing about having an adaptable character. You can basically play with whatever you want. So in other words, I can play with a mount, or I can play with whatever. And, oh yeah, someone actually recommended something which I have not done ever before in Bannerlord. And I know, that sounds kind of weird, right? Because let's face it, I've played this game for hundreds of hours so far, and you would expect that I would have probably experienced most of what the game has to offer, but unfortunately not. No, I have actually overlooked a very poignant, should we say, activity that you can participate in a siege defense. And I'm not talking about using a ballista here, because obviously we've done that, but I'm talking about using these stones up above the main gate. So, for example, here, and apparently according to the person that left the comment, you can literally get so many kills by doing that, because you can literally just drop the stone down. I have no idea how many kills would actually be possible by doing that, but I would assume it's going to be pretty significant, because let's face it, we have been hit by one of those stones before, and it does a lot of damage. We know it does a lot of damage, so obviously that might be quite fun. Question mark? I don't know. That might be quite fun. So we'll see. We'll see what I can do about that. And we're going to take the prisoners, and we're just going to level up a bunch of people, and then we are going to leave. All right. So we have now taken Thractorai Castle. I'm actually not going to claim this, because I actually want it to go to whoever wins the popular vote. And I think that's kind of interesting. I quite like that. So we're just going to leave that to the vote. I'm going to stick around here just in case an army of the Aserai decide to stop by and say hi. I mean, let's face it, we probably would want them not to do that. Oh, look at that, look at that. Oh, we got Bidal's army coming in. Look at him. He's got 590 units there. That's really nice. Okay, let's take a look. All right, it's going to go to Polmark. Look at that. It's going to go to Polmark the Little. I mean, that makes sense, considering he has the town relatively nearby, so that's quite cool. All right, so, oh yeah. Also, now that I've seen Lundana, that has reminded me about the other thing that I wanted to talk about, and that is marriage. Okay, here's the thing. I am going to get married. I mean, what should we say? Barney is going to get married. And we are... I'm not entirely sure what to do about that, to be honest, because there is a mod that you can get, thanks to those of you in the comments for recommending this. It's called Marry Anyone or something like that. And I was thinking of getting it, but then I thought to myself, well, that means that the Melios clan is no longer going to be a thing, or I'm not entirely sure what actually happens with this. You know what I mean? I'm not entirely sure what happens with Lundana's clan if it is, if she becomes married to me, basically. If she becomes married to Barney, should we say. So yeah. Anyway, I'm actually just going to donate a little bit of influence to try and increase the influence of some of our other clans right here, because you never know when they could potentially create their own armies and everything. Bear in mind, I am going to be creating a new clan relatively soon as well. Once we have expanded a little bit more into Aserai territory, it's going to be kind of a... more of a necessity more than anything to actually start getting more clans, because we're going to have more territory to look after, and it's just, well, it's just very necessary to do that. Otherwise, you're literally going to be spreading yourself way too thinly, and then things are going to go bad. Anyway, Unkid is right here. We're going to be doing battle with him. Now, bear in mind, he actually does not have 1,448 combat strength. And yeah, by the way, this number, if you don't know, I mean, someone actually asked what this number is. This is the combat strength. There's a mod that provides you the display for that down in the description. Anyway, point is, he has a bunch of vassals that are on their way here, and he has a total combat strength of 1,448. If they were to arrive, then yes, that would definitely make sense, but they are not. So that's going to be pretty cool. All right, so actually, let me just have a look-see here. Salia, I think, is probably going to be the person that will be commanding the archers. Oh, wait, this guy? No, Nolden. No, not Nolden. He's a two-handed. Oh, Sothorus. Yes, there we go. Sothorus is going to do this, because as you can see, he has 326 in bows. Yeah, that makes sense. All right, so yeah, someone actually also mentioned that maybe what I should do is I should create some kind of King's Guard, so to speak. And that means, obviously, you know, getting a bunch of companions and putting them in a formation, and then having them sort of follow you around and things like that. Now, that's the reason why I was actually looking for the tagging system, and apparently the tagging system doesn't exist for companions. I'm actually not entirely sure, because if I select, I mean, you can see here, if I select the infantry right now, you can see here that Thuladale is not currently selected. So, for example, let me select archers. He's still not selected. Let's select cavalry. He's still not selected because, let's face it, he is indeed a horse archer. Of course he's a horse archer because he has a bow and he's riding a horse. So I assume the game has kind of like a smart system in regards to what, you know, what particular units are going to be classified as. And that's actually kind of interesting, because that means that you can kind of determine what they're going to be just purely from taking away their horse, for example. So if I wanted to, I could take away most of their horses, and then they could literally become infantry / archers, depending on if they had any skill in bows. And I think that could be kind of cool. But then we would have no one left, obviously, if I were not to have anyone mounted. But then we would have no one left to lead the cavalry and things like that. But obviously, we're not going to do that anyway, because we really do want a balanced army. All right, wait a minute. Where am I for? Okay, come on, guys. You got to get over here, guys. Oh, hello there. I'm going to just jump over the fence. Nice. Take out that guy. Oh, that everyone seems to literally be getting super caught on this fence for some reason. That's really hilarious. Okay, let's get our archers over here. Let's get our infantry over here as well. Okay, hello, sir. Oh, I shot him. He didn't die though. Okay, we're going to tell everyone to charge in now. Cavalry, horse archers, everyone, apart from the archers, of course. And we're going to tell the archers to reposition themselves. I'm actually going to tell them to go into a loose formation as well. I personally don't really like it when they are too close together. They're not really going to have a very good angle of attack then as a result. I think most of our forces are going to be pretty good at what they do here, because, I mean, just look at the sheer number of enemies that are just being completely crushed before us at the moment. They are spread out, they are having to deal with the environment, and my forces are just all working together in a coordinated attack, and we are rushing them while their reinforcements have not even arrived yet, which is exactly what we wanted to do. Obviously, I completely meant to do that, and the timing was not luck-based whatsoever. No, not at all, not at all. Obviously, I kid. Yes, but anyway, the point is, that is a good victory for us, and we actually made the most of Unkid not having any reinforcements whatsoever. He had, I think, a total of 1 vassal with him or something like that, so that really made a huge difference. And yeah, we're very, very nice right now. I think we're doing very well. Okay, wait a minute. Hello there. A lot of Valandian sergeants right now. Oh, wait. There's actually a bunch of others. Okay, let's get some more Aserai and more Empire. Actually, you know what? Botania. We don't have a Botanian companion. Let's get a Botanian companion and an Imperial. I think that sounds pretty nice. Okay, so I'm actually not entirely sure what to go for now. If I want more party members, which I think I probably do, Scouting, Tactics, Steward, I think is probably the best things that I can give them. So Scouting, Tactics, Steward. Because if I give them those, they're going to be really good at seeing things. They're going to be really good at winning simulated battles, and they're going to be having a much larger army thanks to the Steward skill. So that's generally what I'm going to do. They can also level up their medicine over time, so they generally don't need to get medicine immediately. And Scouting is kind of an annoying thing to level up. At least I personally think it's kind of annoying to level up. And Tactics, well, that is going to level up as well, but it very much depends on what kind of skills they have tagged. And it's highly unlikely that they're going to have tactics tagged, isn't it? Right? I think it's going to be kind of unlikely for them to have tactics tagged. Anyway, there we go. There's another nice little bit of renown. We're still not clan tier 6, if you can believe it, but there you go. Alright, so Unkid had an amazing amount of units. Really, really nice to see that, actually. Because now we get a really, really big payday. So if I'm able to go to a nearby town, which I cannot, unless I take it, of course. Is he actually? No. He's wanting to raid that village. I'm not entirely sure why he's doing that. I mean, he could, I think... I mean, theoretically, he could probably take Ortysia without too many difficulties. Look at that, 102 troops. Yeah, the reason why I'm leveling up to 102 troops is because I've taken a bunch of really low-tier units from my garrison, and that is the reason why we are having so many level ups right there. But yeah, I mean, we need to, you know, upgrade the next generation of soldiers that are going to be serving in our armies and things like that, right? So it kind of makes sense. Anyway, they only have 30,000 HP here. I might try to destroy the walls. I don't know whether Ortysia is going to go to me. I think it... Okay, you know what? I think it might go to me initially, but then I'm going to award it to someone else. I'm going to make another companion a clan leader. So let's see what I can do about that. So... I don't know... I'm not... Okay, you know what? I'm not going to build any siege ram or any siege tower or anything like that. We're just going to bombard the walls, and that's all we're going to do. So we're just going to go super fast right here. Obviously, thanks to the fact that we have so many companions with engineering skill now, we can basically build these things super, super fast. And we don't need to worry about that at all. Obviously, that is one of the most frustrating aspects of siege warfare in Bannerlord, you know, how long things take to be built, because then you're obviously going to get counterattacked by a massive army, and then you're going to have very, very big difficulties from then on. But there you go. The siege bombardment casualties are really nice as well, by the way. It seems like they have done a nice job in balancing that out a little bit, because I remember way back it used to be so punishing and unforgiving that it was just unfun. You know, it was an unfun mechanic. But nowadays, it's a little bit different. Okay, so both sections of wall are destroyed. And that means I'm going to be going in there. And actually, you know what? Should I go in there with my horse? Because if I go in there with my horse, I'm going to be able to get past most of the opponent. And then I could... I mean, what is the point in actually opening up the main gate? Oh, hello there, people. Okay, we jumped over them successfully. I can do a little bit of damage along the way. Can I get onto... Oh my. Is this going to be the most devastating flank attack that has ever been seen? Probably not. Because I'm probably going to get shot in the face like I just did. Well, it seems like most people have been cleared out from this area. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to perform the amazing flank that I actually wanted to, but there you go. We were able to achieve victory nevertheless, and look at that. We actually have a bunch of Vlandian Banner Knights that have leveled up as well, so I'm going to be doing that. And once again, I think we're probably going to be doing the same thing, because they are generally going to be quite good at being lords, as well as being party members with these set of skills. So, for example, scouting, tactics, steward, etc. So, I suppose we will just do that. I mean, you can do a wide variety of different things, and I'd highly recommend it. If you're playing yourself, definitely get the Distinguished Service mod, just so that you can experience it for yourself, because it is a huge amount of fun to see these guys level up and to, you know, customize them to your liking, basically. So anyway, we can now send our troops in and completely win the day. And what? They have so many troops? Yeah, look at this. I can literally rescue 341. I now have 691 troops in my army. That's a little bit too much. Just a little. And I think I'm going to be donating all of this armor, 37,000 experience, to all of the people in, well, shared in my army, and we're going to be claiming the fief. Why not? Let's claim it, and then we'll put a whole bunch of units in the garrison here. Okay, this is probably going to be a bit difficult for me to do. Let me just put a whole bunch of really, really low tier units in there so far. I'm actually wondering whether it is sorted by tier. It seems like it is actually sorted by tier in my party. That's actually crazy good. I like that. Okay, yeah. So that's party screen enhancements coming through for me right there. I like it. And I still have to get rid of some people. Oh no, this is terrible. Okay, I really did not want to have to do that, because you can see here we are just almost there. But there are so many good units that I have in my army right now that I'd like to be able to keep them and hopefully level them up. But you know what? Okay, I guess I'm going to have to put the Vlandian Banner Knights in there. I mean, technically, if I create another Lord right now, all of these units could potentially be used for them. But... does it matter? Maybe not, right? Alright, so let's see what we can do. I actually don't even know whether I should even bother setting up Improved Garrison, because if I do create another clan right now, which I think is probably going to be happening, let's see what we can do. Okay. So, who's one of the new guys? These are one of the new guys. Okay, is this guy actually any good? Yeah, he's got good tactics. He's okay at scouting, and his steward skill is... Where's steward skill? Why can't I see his steward skill? That's... What? I can't see his steward skill for some reason. He must be one of those guys, but he is devious, unfortunately, so I probably won't be going with him. This guy is merciful. That's pretty good. He's also calculating, which might be a little bit problematic, but... oh yeah, he doesn't have... Okay, so that other guy doesn't have any steward skill whatsoever, by the looks of things. Oh, this guy's fantastic. Look at this. Look at his traits. He's all good. You could say that he's a light side Jedi or whatever. All right, so wait a minute. Where's that guy again? His name is Vadrios the Butcher. That is the most hilarious thing ever. Okay, so let's speak to him. I wish to reward you for your services. Yes, indeed. You are now going to be getting Ortysia, sir. There we are. Vadrios. Vadrios. Madrios. There we go. I mean, because, let's face it, we love names that rhyme, right? Right? I mean, you agree with me? No, you don't. I know. It's fine. Alright, so now I can go back into Ortysia, sell all my prisoners, because I have a bunch. Actually, yeah, I've got 82,000 worth. Bear in mind, I know, I could have placed them in the garrison, but personally, I feel like the garrison is large enough. I don't really think I need to put even more prisoners in there for them to be slowly converted in, over time. I really don't think that is really necessary. Anyway, it seems like Hashan is about to do something. I don't really want to go into the smithy right now. I did not mean to do that, so let's actually just wait here for some time. Wait a minute. One troop deserted me? What? Oh, apparently I have a little bit of party size loss for some reason. I'm not entirely sure why that's happening. Okay. Oh well. Let's wait here for some time then. Hashan is completely avoiding us. Oh, it seems like one of my clan members is... Well, not one of my clan members, but one of my vassal people is attempting to besiege Garantor Castle. This is not working for them very well, is it? I mean, why? I mean, look at this. It has 53 troops. I don't understand. Why are these guys not able to take this? I mean, the Vlandians themselves also attempted to take this place, and they also had difficulties doing that. I'm not entirely sure what's going on with it. Okay. Well, whatever the case, some people actually did mention in the comments as well that it would be a good idea to finish off the Vlandians. I 100% agree about that. And just when I thought to myself, okay, seems like no one's declaring war against us, the Aserai decided to do that. So I thought, okay, let's deal with the Aserai first, and then we will, at a later point, deal with the Vlandians and finish them off. Because, I mean, let's face it, they have 5 fiefs. I can probably take these 2 relatively easily because they are kind of nestled in our own little territory there. And these other ones are going to be a little bit more difficult, especially if we are at war against the Aserai at the same time. Alright, so he's traveling to Ortysia right now. I'm kind of surprised that he's actually doing that. I would have thought to myself, you know what, maybe he's going to try and attack with me, but apparently he doesn't want to do that. So I'm just going to besiege the castle. I think this is very funny. Okay, so I'm going to build this. There you go, boom. And we're going to go in with the cover of night. And hopefully that is going to prevent many of our forces from being eliminated by enemy archers and things like that. So, yeah, I think that should be fine at least, hopefully. I mean, the walls are not destroyed, right? I don't believe the walls are destroyed. No, it doesn't seem like it. Okay, well, that's perfectly fine. So I'm just going to speed things up real fast. I mean, obviously we have a bunch of Vlandian sharpshooters and things that could potentially level up, thanks to Distinguished Service, because obviously they do need to get 5 kills to be able to do that. And I think I'm just going to run through this, you know, super fast, because we kind of know that this is going to be a victory for us. I mean, you know, come on. They have literally, like, what, 60, 70 units here. It is not really a surprise that that will happen. I am, I suppose, going to take the... I suppose I will take the prisoners and the troops, even though it is probably not really necessary. But I will claim Guarantor Castle as well. And I'm just going to... this is what I actually forgot to do at Ortysia. I forgot to put some money into the treasury for its development, which is a big oversight on my part. I actually wanted to do that, but I forgot. So, yeah, we're just going to do this instead, and then I will place a bunch of units in the garrison here, a bunch of these lower tier guys. There we are. Okay, that's fantastic. 25 of them, and then we'll go into the dungeon, and we'll place all the prisoners in there as well, and then we'll do a little bit of improved garrisoning. Yeah, that's not a thing. And we are going to just put that all the way up to 255, because the thing with doing that is that we're not actually going to maintain control over Guarantor Castle for an extended period of time. I basically only want to be the owner until stability has been achieved, and then once it's stable, then we'll hand it off to someone else, and then hopefully they'll be able to look after it for the rest of the campaign, hopefully. Who knows? All right, did I level up? Oh yeah, by the way, I did level up my trade. Yes, my trade skill leveled up a while ago, actually, while I was off screen. And I now have everything as a price. So technically, if I want to, I can start speaking to a couple of people and I can say to them, hey, would you mind giving up your whole livelihood and your firstborn? And they'll be like, yes, no problem at all, because we have 340 in charm. Yeah, that might be a little bit too large, but okay, yeah. I guess that's what we're going to do. Okay, we're going to go for Citizen Militia right here, mainly for the morale gain. I don't... See, now, here's the thing. Veterans Respect used to be really good. I'm not entirely sure whether it's worth me taking it now. Some bandits, admittedly, do become noble units. Actually, let me just verify that real fast. So, let me just very quickly go to troops. Let's have a look at the bandit troops. So... what kind of bandits do you think we're going to be seeing the most of? Well, looters, obviously. I know where you can find Sea Raiders, so let's actually have a look at Sea Raiders. So, what can they become? Well, these guys, right? These are the nobles, right? Yeah, these are the noble units that aren't they? Aren't they the nobles? Yeah, I think these are the nobles that the Sturgians have available. So yeah, they could potentially go from Sea Raiders to Sea Raider warriors into Variag veterans and then into these guys over here. So technically, we could create some noble units as a result of those. We could also try to fight some mountain bandits. Mounted ransackers don't become anything, unfortunately. Mounted pillagers also don't become anything. Forest bandits. They are the Forest Bandits, yes. So Forest Bandits, they are, in my opinion, probably one of the best bandit types possible in Bannerlord. Just due to their sheer skills. I mean, you can have a look there, you know, 150 in bows. It's crazy how damaging they can be sometimes. But they level up into Botanian Fians. So if you're someone that is playing with the Botanians and you get to this point in leadership and you think to yourself, well, you know, I have a bunch of forest bandits in my garrison. Let's just say that you do. You have let's say you have 100 forest bandits or something, some random number in your garrison, and you think, oh, well, nothing's going to happen with these guys, so I might as well just put them in the garrison until some later point. And then you have 100 of these guys, and then all of a sudden you have Veterans Respect, you level them all up, and then they become Botanian Fians, and then Botanian Fian Champions. And you can see here, the leap that these guys take is absolute craziness. I don't even understand how they can gain 100 bow proficiency in one upgrade, but that is exactly what happens. Botanian Fians, they are nothing. Fian Champions, on the other hand, they are amazing. You can see that they have 260 in bows in comparison to the regular Fians, which have 160. So it's pretty crazy. So yeah, why not? Okay. Maybe I'll do that in my off-screen time or something like that, where we will actually try to capture, you know, a bunch of forest bandits or something like that. I'm going to take Veterans Respect, even though, I mean, morale gain is not really important anyway, so we're just going to take Veterans Respect, and we'll see what we can do about acquiring some other things. Okay, so technically I could level up my riding skill a little bit more. Let me see if there's actually anything here that could be useful. Sometimes it could be useful just in case. No, not really. No, not really. Okay, so that's not going to be anything that I'm going to be leveling up anytime soon. What about medicine? Increase max health of other heroes in your party by +10. Okay, hello there. That sounds like a perfect perk for us. I mean, wait a minute. Yeah, that's party leader. That's not surgeon, so that's fantastic. That will actually apply to all of our companions really, really nicely right there. Okay, so I think what we're going to do is we're going to attack this guy. And now we are significantly outnumbered, but I have full faith in my companions that we will be able to achieve victory here. Although we are very, well, very badly outnumbered, in fact. And we also have a rather bad combat strength disparity. But this is... Oh, wait a minute. This is that map again, isn't it? Okay, yeah. If the AI does the same thing here that they did before, then this is going to be a super easy victory for us. I really don't know why the AI does that sometimes, but generally, if they would stay over there right now, what they're currently doing is well, in my opinion, completely wrong, but okay. I mean, if they want to do that, then they can obviously do that. That's their choice. Oh, they have Khan's Guards? Okay, that's the reason why they're doing that. Okay, I didn't know that they had Khan's Guards. If they have more of those, this might very well be a super easy victory for them, actually. Okay, Egon is doing a fantastic job. Look at that. He is... Wow, he actually sniped someone. I mean, to be fair, his name is the Sniper, so it kind of makes sense, right? Anyway... We're going to get our infantry to come up here. I'm actually going to be getting off my mount in a second. Okay, we're going to have to tell our infantry to charge in, tell these guys to charge in, tell these guys to charge in, and then I'm going to have to get off my mount and we'll go and wade into infantry lines. I mean, you can see here, they did the same thing that they did before, which in my opinion is not going to work unless they have an overwhelming tier advantage, and they don't. They might have more numbers, but that is, well, that's pretty much it, unfortunately, for them. You know, numbers are not everything, especially in this case. I mean, we are losing a couple of people, but that is not really anything to worry about. I mean, I'm going to be very interested to see, actually, what kind of companions are going to be getting the most kills here. And I mean, you can see exactly what's happening right now. Literally, my Vlandian sharpshooters are doing so much damage alongside the Vlandian Banner Knights that nothing can really stand up against them. And I mean, yeah, they did, you know, again, they charged in, you see. They charged in with their cavalry first, while they did have a pretty significant amount of cavalry, and I gotta say, I was very impressed by the presence of Khan's guards in their composition, because I actually thought, hey, you know what? They might actually have a chance here. But again, it's a case of them literally just attacking separately. And they tend to do that quite often. But the cavalry didn't necessarily sustain too many casualties in such a short amount of time. So maybe that's actually not even bad. Maybe it's not even bad for them to do that. I mean, look at what I'm killing right now. I'm literally killing Battanian volunteers, Vlandian recruits, Vlandian footmen, recruits. I mean, how much more, you know, random low-tier unit can I kill? I mean, look at that. Another Vlandian recruit. Oh, there's something good. If, you know, if they had another, you know, 40 or 50 of those guys, then that would be perfectly fine. But obviously, now that I've got rid of, well, shall we say, not gotten rid of, but I have disabled fill stacks. Now that fill stacks has been disabled, the enemy should start to populate their armies with higher tier units and, you know, generally be able to, you know, continue doing their thing, you know, pulling units out of garrisons and things like that. And that's definitely going to make a big difference to them. But yeah, that's a victory for us. I'm just going to speed things up real fast. And there you go. We now have the ability... Oh, Battanian Fiat Champion. Yes, thank you. And a Vlandian Banner Knight. A whole bunch of people, actually. But I would like to get a Sturgian, hilariously enough. I would like to get a Sturgian. So that's exactly what we're going to do. And we're going to go for the same thing that we went beforehand. Bear in mind, if you want to, you can suggest some other things that I could potentially go for right here. Because, I mean, I could go for smithing, potentially. So I could make someone that is, you know, entirely focused on smithing. But I was just going to do that myself if I wanted to. And obviously, we could also do charm if we wanted, leadership, trade, medicine, and engineering. But generally, I personally think that steward, tactics, and scouting are probably the best for a wide variety of reasons and a wide variety of roles as well. So clan leader or party leader, either way, both of those roles, pretty good, you know, pretty good. Okay, so let's actually have a look. So yeah, you can see here, look at the amount the amount of kills that every single companion got is going to literally add up to a massive amount. And we actually had a significant amount of kills done by our veteran infantry, our Aserai veteran infantry. And I believe that is solely due to the fact that they literally just charged straight on in. However, look at this. We've also got the sharpshooters. Look at the Vlandian sergeants. They got 131 kills between them. And there's only 39 of them. They did the best. And I wonder why that is. It's because, again, these people are literally running in with some of the lowest tier units that you can come across. And I think that is primarily the reason. Alright, so there we go. We're going to be letting every single person go, because I don't really see the point in me taking them prisoner. I will take the 700, though. Or should I? Yeah. Okay, I will, but this is bad, you see. Me doing this is really, really bad, because I am now going to be moving at probably the slowest pace that anyone has ever seen. I'm going to be moving at 1.0, yep. And it's going to take me a very long time to get back there. I'm going to be losing huge amounts of prisoners in the process, and then by the time I get here, yeah, 61,000. I would have probably had about 100,000 right there, maybe even more than that, if I... was a little bit closer, you know, just a little bit. And there we have it. Okay, so now let's actually just take a quick look at the Aserai and how they're doing. Oh, look at that. Okay, so we have definitely inflicted a lot of damage, because they had, I think, 8,900 combat strength, and now they have 7,400. So we have definitely brought them down a pretty significant amount. And you can see here that the Southern Empire, I find it very funny, actually, that the Southern Empire declared war on us at the same time, because they are so far away. I mean, look at them right here. They are so far away. I mean, I can understand why they would be allied with the Aserai, because the Aserai are basically along their border, as you see here. You know, geographically, it makes sense. But to attack an enemy such as us, that is just so far from them, it is just, it's kind of pointless. Oh, look at this, look at this. I can actually consider making peace right now, and we can receive 1,000 tribute per day. You know what? I'm going to hold out for a little bit longer, because I'd like to see if I can maybe get a little more, because you can see here that the war exhaustion is still only at 25 for the Aserai, so I don't think we really need to concede any of our profits just yet. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.